Do you think you know the story of Mike Tyson? I invite you to test your memory as we travel through the fastest knockouts of his entire career. Which was the first? Which was the last? Which was the fastest? Find out and more by staying until the end. Mike Tyson versus Hector Mercedes. Do you know what happened on March 6, 1985? If you thought of Mike Tyson's debut as a professional boxer, you're right. The fight took place in the ring at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center, Albany, New York. His opponent was none other than Hector Mercedes, who had recently made his debut but had not secured a victory. Instead, Mercedes had a professional record of 3 losses. With Luis Rivera as the third man in the ring, the bout began. First round. Mercedes landed a solid left punch in the first few seconds of the fight, but was quickly overwhelmed by the aggression of the young Iron Mike. Tyson attacked with powerful combinations targeting any allowed area on Mercedes' body. A flurry of punches when Mercedes was already against the ropes pushed him back into the corner. Once there, Tyson moved in and threw 7 punches, to which there was no response. Among them, a fearsome left hook to the body sent Mercedes down onto one knee. On his knees, Mercedes begged for mercy. He signaled Rivera to end the fight, and Rivera had no choice but to save him from an even harsher fate that awaited had the fight continued for a few more seconds. This bout became Mercedes' second knockout loss in his professional career. At 1 minute and 47 seconds of the first round, Mike Tyson recorded his first professional victory. Mike Tyson versus Ricardo, Spain. Soon after, on June 20, 1985, Mike Tyson entered the ring at Resorts International in Atlantic City, New Jersey, to face Ricardo, Spain. The fight, originally scheduled for 6 rounds, was part of the preliminary card for Jesse Ferguson versus Tony Anthony. It was Mike's national television debut and his first fight scheduled for more than 4 rounds. He entered the ring with an undefeated record of 3 victories, each won by knockout. On the other side, Spain had a professional record of 7 wins, 5 by knockout, and no losses. Rocky Castellan, Milo Savage, and Henry Eugene Grant closely followed the bout as judges. With Joe O'Neill as the third man in the ring, the bout began. First round. Tyson aggressively emerged from his corner, delivering lethal combinations to both the body and head. A strong right hand during an exchange caused Spain to lose his balance and fall to the canvas just 18 seconds into the fight. It was impressive. With the help of the ropes, Spain managed to get up. By the 8 count, he had recovered. At 36 seconds, a powerful left hook caused Spain to collapse in the center of the ring. This prompted O'Neill to end the fight without even starting the count. At 39 seconds of the first round, Mike Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout over Ricardo, Spain.
The legs have gone. This is all over. Yes, it is. I don't believe it.
Mike Tyson versus Michael Johnson. Tyson's incredible knockouts in short periods of time continued. Another notable one was against Michael Johnson. On September 5, 1985, in the ring at the Atlantis Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Tyson stunned the world once again in seconds. Scheduled for 6 rounds, Tyson entered the ring with an impressive record of 7 victories, all by knockout. On the other hand, Johnson's record was announced as 12 wins, 8 by knockout, and 5 losses. If we look at his previous 6 fights, Johnson only had 2 wins and 4 losses. It's also worth noting that each of these losses was by knockout. With Frank Cappuccino as the third man in the ring, the bout began. First round. A big left hook to the body sent Johnson to the canvas just 23 seconds into the fight. But, by the count of 3, he was back up on his feet. When the fight resumed, Tyson moved in and landed a powerful right hand directly on Johnson's chin, sending him down immediately. Due to the severity of the punch, Cappuccino decided to end the fight without starting the safety count. Johnson needed to remain in the ring for a brief period before he received help to sit on a stool. He was completely devastated. But this is common when facing the young knockout machine, Iron Mike. Just 39 seconds into the scheduled 6-round fight, Mike Tyson recorded his victory over Michael Johnson.
Dictation. Here it comes. Whoa. I'll tell you, Michael Jackson.
Mike Tyson versus Robert Calais. By this point, Tyson probably didn't need to prove to anyone that he was here to stay. But surprisingly, he kept proving how quickly he could eliminate his opponents. On October 25, 1985, the young knockout machine, Iron Mike, stepped into the ring at the Atlantis Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey to face Robert Calais. Mike reached a new milestone with this bout, as it would be his first fight scheduled for 8 rounds. Entering the ring, Tyson had an undefeated professional record of 9 victories, once again all by knockout. Cole's record was listed as 14 wins, 8 by knockout, 5 losses, and 1 draw. With Ted Pick as the third man in the ring, the fight began. First round. As soon as the bell rang, Tyson came out swinging and throwing powerful punches. Cole tried to keep his distance and threw some wide, long hooks. Suddenly, a powerful left hook from Mike sent Cole crashing to the canvas with force. Only 27 seconds had passed since the start of the fight. Cole struggled to get up, just barely making it when Pick's count reached 9. Still, he had trouble staying stable. As a result, Pick had no choice but to call an end to the fight. At 37 seconds of the first round, Mike Tyson was declared the winner over Robert Cole.
Not with that. And really, Cole was out.
But not everything was glory and joy for Mike in the following days. Just 3 days after this bout, Tyson's trainer, mentor, and father figure, Cus D'Amato, died of pneumonia. An event that undoubtedly impacted more than just his professional life. Mike Tyson versus Sterling Benjamin. Immediately after defeating Cole on November 1st, 1985, knockout machine Mike Tyson demonstrated how finely tuned he was by stepping into the ring at the Latham Coliseum in Latham, New York, to face Sterling Benjamin. Tyson had reached the incredible milestone of 10 knockout victories with no losses and was aiming for more. With Sid Rubenstein as the third man in the ring, the fight began. First round. At the start, Benjamin circled the ring and threw a powerful jab. It was a lethal left hook that knocked Benjamin down just 24 seconds into the fight. However, by the time Rubenstein's count reached 8, he was back on his feet. Once the fight resumed, Tyson moved in and launched a flurry of punches, with Benjamin having no choice but to remain cornered against the ropes. A couple of right hooks to the body, followed by a left hook to the body, led to Benjamin being knocked down for the second time in the contest. This time, before the safety count was even completed, Rubenstein called an end to the fight. At 54 seconds of the first round of an 8-round fight, Tyson defeated Sterling Benjamin by technical knockout.
That is the limit of Sterling Benjamin's endurance.
After the fight. However, not everything was glory and joy for Mike in the days following. Just 3 days after this bout, Tyson's trainer, mentor, and father figure, Cus D'Amato, passed away from pneumonia. This event undoubtedly affected more than just his professional life. Mike Tyson versus Eddie Richardson. As the end of 1985 approached on November 13th, Tyson stepped into the ring at the Ramada Houston Hotel in Houston, Texas, to face Eddie Richardson. At that time, Richardson was the Southern boxing champion. His announced record was 12 wins, 8 by knockout, and 2 losses. On the other side, Tyson's 11 knockout victories with no losses contrasted sharply. From the announcement, everyone was on edge. It would be Tyson's first fight without Cus D'Amato, who had passed away 9 days earlier from pneumonia. With Barry Yates as the third man in the ring, the bout began. First round. Tyson opened the fight spectacularly. The young knockout machine landed a cross right hand that sent Richardson to the canvas just 8 seconds into the fight. Stubbornly, Richardson was up by the count of 7. After resuming the fight, Tyson chased Richardson around the ring, landing powerful punches to the head without mercy. Richardson spun around and occasionally threw a jab, but mostly Tyson succeeded in avoiding his punches. A left hand blocked Richardson's knees at 1 minute and 5 seconds, sending him straight to the canvas for the second time. Richardson fell on his back and remained on the ground, making little effort to get up. After Yates completed the safety count, he helped Richardson to his feet. After the fight, Richardson was asked if he had ever been hit as hard as he was against Iron Mike. His response was yes, about a year ago. Richardson recalled the time he was hit by a truck. This was Tyson's 6th consecutive knockout in the first round. Mike Tyson versus Sammy Scap. 1985 was coming to a close, and Tyson knew he had no choice but to end it with a bang. On December 6th, he stepped into the ring at the Felt Forum in New York to face Sammy Scap. Scap was announced with a professional record of 13 wins, 11 of them by knockout, and 6 losses. At that point, Tyson's professional record had risen to 13 knockout victories, remaining undefeated. Scap entered the ring after losing his previous 2 fights by knockout, one against Proud Kilimanjaro and the other against Tim Witherspoon. With Freddie Ucci as the third man in the ring, the bout began. First round. Just 17 seconds into the first round, Tyson landed a devastating left hook that drove Scap back into the ropes. As a result, Scap's nose began to bleed uncontrollably. Tyson continued his attack with a solid right hand that crashed into Scap's jaw, causing him to stagger and circle the ring. Occasionally, Scap threw wild hooks, but it was a short, wild left hook that sent him crashing back against the ropes, falling to the canvas on his chest just 1 minute and 4 seconds into the fight. Scap struggled to get back up and managed to stand by the count of 8. However, Uchi noticed he was seriously hurt and stopped the fight to prevent further damage. At 1 minute and 19 seconds of the first round, Tyson secured his victory over Sammy Scap by technical knockout.
Big left hook, and there is Scap down.
After the fight, this was Scap's 6th knockout loss in his professional career. Tyson's fans highly value this fight as it was the first time Mike wore what would become his signature attire, the plain black trunks. Mike Tyson versus Marvin Frasier. Fast forward to July 1986, specifically the 26th. Mike Tyson entered the ring at the Civic Center in Glen Falls, New York, to face Marvin Frasier. Frasier was announced with a professional record of 16 wins, 7 by knockout, and 1 previous loss. In the opposite corner, Tyson's undefeated professional record of 24 wins, with 22 by knockout, seemed to tip the scales in his favor. Tyson entered the ring as the number 2 heavyweight contender according to the World Boxing Council, while Frasier was ranked number 9 by the same organization. With the legendary Joe Cortez as the 3rd man in the ring, the fight commenced. First round. After the bell rang, the fighters met in the center of the ring. Tyson quickly stunned Frasier with one of the most powerful right hands he had ever received in his professional career. Then, the young knockout machine, Iron Mike, forced Frasier into the corner, where he hit him with a relentless uppercut that sent him crashing to the canvas. After this terrifying scene, Joe Cortez, who had started the safety count out of formality, counted to 5 before calling an end to the fight. Just 30 seconds into the first round, Mike Tyson knocked out Marvin Frasier.
You heard at this point, uppercut again, and there Marvin is out on his feet. Everything after this is just...
After the fight. This fight marked Frasier's 2nd knockout loss in his professional career. His first came when he fought Larry Holmes, who had an undefeated record of 44 wins at the time, also losing in the first round. After this fight, rumors of a matchup between Tyson and Holmes heated up, but it would be years before they finally faced each other in the ring. Mike Tyson versus Clifford Etienne. We've reached the final fight in our collection. Just like Tyson in 1985, we aim to end on a high note. Let's jump to the new millennium. On February 22, 2003, Iron Mike, now a legendary figure, faced Clifford Etienne in the ring at the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. In his previous fight on June 8, 2002, Mike had faced the world heavyweight champion of the WBC and IBF, Lennox Lewis, which turned out to be his last title bout. Tyson was thoroughly beaten by Lewis, who won on all the judges' scorecards from the 2nd round before knocking Tyson out in the 8th round. Much was said about the end of the grace years of a legend, and Mike's plans were not announced immediately after the defeat. However, in November, it was revealed that Tyson would return in February 2003 to face Etienne. Just 3 years prior, in 2000, Etienne was named the most exciting fighter to watch by The Ring magazine. If he suffered a loss, there would be no choice but to retire with dignity. Nevertheless, Tyson surprised all the skeptics by displaying the energy of the young knockout machine we've been admiring until now. With Bill Clancy as the 3rd man in the ring, this epic contest began. First round. As soon as the bell rang, the beast within Iron Mike awakened. Tyson started the fight aggressively, launching powerful combinations at Etienne. Etienne sought to clinch, but the momentum of both fighters led to a slip that sent both to the canvas. Because of this, Clancy called for a brief timeout so they could recover from the heavy fall. Once the fight resumed, Tyson continued throwing wild and powerful punches at Etienne, but seemed to miss most of them. Etienne defended himself with several powerful shots, and when they clinched, Tyson missed a left hook but recovered with a strong right hand that sent Etienne to the canvas.
To the head, and Etienne's down. Oh, there it is, right hand.
This time, he was completely alone. Lying on his back, Etienne made no attempt to return to the fight. Once Clancy completed the safety count, Tyson was declared the winner by knockout at 49 seconds of the first round. This victory would become the 50th and final win in Iron Mike's professional career. If you've made it this far, I thank you. Remember, there's no better way to support my content than by leaving a like on the video. Wait a moment, you didn't think I'd leave you with half the information. The fastest knockout in Mike Tyson's professional career occurred on July 26, 1986, when he defeated Marvin Frasier by knockout in the first round in just 30 seconds. Did you guess correctly? Which of these rapid knockouts by Iron Mike is your favorite? Let me read your thoughts in the comments box.